Sometimes when I'm out here in this matrix, this realm, this world, I often feel like there are people that are better, far superior than me. But then I look around and I don't see another me. But there is no one out here that is going to work harder and go longer and strive harder than me. Gonna get up at 1 a.m., 3 a.m. in the morning and put in the work. Someone that loves the effort. I will not be outworked, period. Point blank, period. I got a ridiculous, sickening work ethic. While everybody else is sleeping, I'm grinding, hustling. While everybody else is eating, I'm fasting. I'm hustling. Skill is only developed by hours and hours and days and years of developing your craft. Society and the majority of people who aren't achieving the things that they want is strictly based on their hustle. It's based on being outworked. It's based on missing crucial, vital opportunities. You might outwork me for a day. You might outwork me for a week. But people half-ass half their life, day in and day out, all the time. And you ain't gonna outwork me for a year, for 2 years, for life. See, you sleep in, I'm up early. I'm gonna keep grinding. I'm gonna stay relentless. I might not be the fastest, strongest. I might make mistakes. I might not be the smartest. But I flat out want it more than you. And that's relentless. It's pushing past barriers. And then every time you get pushed past that barrier and you get somewhere, you want to go to the next level and be your best self again. You want to start all over. See, before it was luck, it was belief. No more sleeping in. No more being lazy. I believed it and I dreamed it and I watered it, and then it become a reality. And now I got an opportunity to show it off, and that's what success is. Nothing's objective. It's all you. You gotta put all the effort you got in there, day in and day out. You gotta cross the line, go outside the box. Go where nobody else wants to go. Make your own path. Work the hours when nobody else wants to work the hours. You have to evolve yourself today if you're gonna dominate. So you're not average and ordinary. There's gotta be a time where you make a decision, you're gonna dominate, and you're here to win, and you're not here to lose. And that takes a intestinal fortitude and discipline and a mindset to get you there. So you can get to where you want to be. You choose who you are. The world doesn't tell you who you are. You write your own story. Go do something right now, today, that can make a change. Something that can bring you closer to your higher self, your maximum potential. That is your choice. Because what you believe in your hearts and speak in your minds will eventually become your words and your reality one day. And what you repeatedly do gets ingrained in your subconscious mindset. And what gets ingrained in your subconscious mindset becomes an unconscious action and an unconscious activity. And I've always just wanted mine to be guideful, helpful, and nurturing to others. I've just wanted to give a man or woman a fish so that they can eat for a day, but leave them that fishing rod and teach them how to fish so they can eat for a lifetime. But before I leave on my journey to continue my prosperity, my abundance, I want to teach them how to farm so that they can one day feed nations. So, sending you all much love out there to wherever you are in this matrix and galaxy, and I want to welcome all you pioneers back here on Veterans Day for a very special episode of the Daily Candle Close News. And, if you're new here, welcome. We do cryptocurrency technical analysis combined with gematria, numerology, astrology, pi, the periodic table of elements, ancient astro-theological teachings from an ancient prehistoric world. We use the golden ratio of phi, common sense, facts, figures, logic, rationality, and, just the exoteric signs that are given to us, hidden in plain sight, truth hidden in plain sight in this world, to help us understand, so we can understand, so we can understand this world and matrix realm that we live in, and these markets and the fluctuations of them. So let's jump into this episode and take the red and clear pill. But first off, let's give love and gratitude to all those fallen soldiers and anyone that's still currently in the military on this Veterans Day, very important day. Come from a long line of family of veterans. My father, who was a dual branch Army and Air Force veteran, my twin brother, who's in the service, my uncle, my grandfather, who worked for the government as well. So, very patriotic, and love to always pay dues. So anything I say in this video towards the end, if you make it there, I'm just shedding enlightenment and truth, and about where the word soldier and all stems from, its Latin roots, etc. So again, always want to give love to our veterans that keep us safe. But there is war in our homelands that needs to be fought as well. And with all that being said, in this episode we'll be speaking about what's going on in the cryptocurrency markets and what you should be doing and how you should stay calm and prepared during this chaos, when there's this bloodbath in the markets going on right now, and all this FUD around FTX going down and this Binance nonsense and etc. All these narratives at the perfect time given to you when we've already been preparing you months in advance with technical analysis, but yet people get lost in these narratives and distractions. So how can we best be safe and weather the storm that's going to be the topic today in our discussion? And during this sell-off and chaos, I'm truly feeling amazing. I'm loving it, you guys, because we've been prepared for this time frame in advance and have been sharing it with you all for several months, for a year now. Because we pioneers here at the Daily Candle Close News have been specifically ready for these certain dates around these eclipses, post Shemitah and Rosh Hashanah. And it's just beautiful to watch this play out into fruition like we prepared you for months now. We know, even since last year, we've been talking about this time period and how important and energetically powerful these potential and opportunities could be for us to change our lives in the future. These partial and total solar and lunar eclipses that we've talked about for several months. See, our community here should have been well prepared to take advantage and have limit orders set that already triggered, so you got a notification on your phone that you bought this dip already. And maybe you didn't hit the bottom, none of us ever will, more than likely, but if you've been copying these charts, you've been able to do very well if you're becoming a sophisticated, thesis-built mindset wrapped around how this market works investor. So hopefully you were able to be prepared to take advantage of these opportunities. See, true pioneers don't allow narratives like FTX and Binance and anything else in the crypto Twitter FUD world, or the bullshit some of these YouTube crypto enthusiasts share, to distract them. Because if it's a distraction, then it's not helping you evolve. And if it's a distraction and you're worried about it, then you're more than likely someone that's missed the opportunity to take action. Remember, the composite man, the market maker, gives the people these narratives at the perfect time to cause you to lose focus. Because again, if you're distracted with FTX and Binance and all this other crypto nonsense FUD and YouTube Twitter enthusiast FUD, you're missing opportunity to take action in life-changing generational wealth for you and your family. And hopefully that's what us pioneers have been doing. I know I have, and I'm not bragging or boasting, but it's systematically pre-programmed ahead of time, and if we learn this, we can use it in our favor. So why is it that only a small percent of people become successful, good investors? Because most people are too afraid to take action at the right time. They want to follow the cult or the narratives, and that has them buying large green euphoric candles and then selling the red sell-offs in the market. And it's vice versa of what they should be doing and how they should be taking action in these markets. Because again, they followed the narratives, they followed the FOMO, the fear of missing out, because they thought it was going to continue to go even higher instead of already building positions when there were times of boredom. So we've got to, reverse that if we're ones that are guilty of doing this. And there are so many people out there, and it shows in their posts, etc., that they're falling for the narratives and missing opportunities, or because they're sad and emotional that they probably bought the top and sold the bottoms and they've lost money. So, that's the exact opposite of what I'm trying to teach here. I'm trying to teach you to become a skilled investor and build a mindset and a highly developed thesis to prepare you to be prosperous in the world to come in the future. I do see this cryptocurrency market recovering by April, June, July, possibly even August of 2023. So giving us some more boredom and accumulation opportunities in the near distant future, I do believe. But these ranges are some ranges that we talked about, falling into $15,000 in the year of the tiger. In Chinese New Year, we know that's very important. We get that 15. So to see Bitcoin fall to 15K, us preparing you for it, not surprising that we were able to prepare you for that in advance. Okay, we also talked about in some of our previous charts for Bitcoin, this opportunity of falling to this $16,100 range, which is the golden ratio of phi, which is 1.618. So again, to be able to have an accumulation target limit order set was amazing. So just things to reiterate, some things we prepared you for in advance. Not surprising. It's all by math and all by a code, algorithmically pre-programmed. And not surprising, around the same dates that we prepared you for in our Remember, the 5th of November episode, where we talked about a potential sell-off around the 9th and 10th of November that we'll be discussing more thoroughly in a few moments. But, this manipulated, pre-programmed to an algorithmic code, dip, crash, black swan event, whatever you want to call it, that we are getting right now is such a beautiful and grandiose, great opportunity for us to attack and plant seeds for ourselves to eat fruit in the future. The same thing we've been telling you for months that we could see happen, because history for over 400 years has shown that. Because what is to come in regards to the future is going to be generously prosperous, but only for those that are patient and willing to take action and be courageous. That will be the pioneers that prosper. This is the perfect time to pay attention, invest your thoughts, because your thoughts are currency, to the fact that 99.9% of people aren't even paying attention to what's going on right now, not only in these markets, but life, geopolitically, etc. And what's going to come in the future is life-changing wealth for those who take advantage of this moment. It will be made, point blank, period. People thought they missed out on Bitcoin when it was at $69,000, and then now they've got this opportunity before it one day goes to six figures plus, 250, 300K, who knows. But that will happen over time. So you've got plenty of time to still accumulate and dollar cost average in when we get these great euphoric sell-offs and grandiose opportunities in the markets. So, but only the people that are paying attention will thrive. So what's going on right now is up to you to decide if you're going to take advantage or miss out and kick yourself in the future. You know, what are you going to tell your kids and your grandkids one day when they ask you, what did you do during the greatest opportunity of life-changing wealth the world has ever seen? Most of you will say you did nothing. And we've been given a true amazing opportunity here. The golden opportunity. And here's what I've told people in the past about investing. And I still stand by it. You want to be there when there is blood in the streets, and buying and selling when everyone is excited and euphoric and happy. Or you want to be there accumulating when it's boring, and we've been in boredom. We were born for months, you guys. And I was sharing with you the great bull traps and bear traps and buying and de-risking opportunities, because a boredom paradise, a bear market, is a hodler's hell but a trader's paradise. And I was telling everyone to take advantage, that we would see a relief rally, and we saw that. And I literally came out and told you all in my Remember the 5th of November video that this could be our last de-risking opportunity before peeling right back over like we have. And now guess what? We are about to enter boredom again. So get ready to take advantage and dollar cost average, not financial advice, but take risks. No risk, no reward. But always invest in yourself first. Remember that. Please. Don't ever invest in something that doesn't make you feel right on an intuition moral basis. And do your own due diligence and research before investing. Build your own thesis, your own mindset. You know, it took time for me to get to where I am today. So, you know, and like I've said, this is nothing new. It's obvious why we're seeing this, because of post Rosh Hashanah and the 7-year Shemitah cycle heading into the 50-year Jubilee cycle. You know, it's been going on since the creation of the stock market. And all people have to do is open up a chart and they can see that everything's been cyclical on a 7-year cycle. And after 7 years of a 7-year cycle, the 49th year, you then enter the Jubilee year, the 50th year. There's a huge change in the world, in finance, and here we are. We're literally right there in the Jubilee cycle. And this is a beautiful time to be focused and to have an investment thesis that is based around where you stand personally, consciously, financially, emotionally. You know, man, leave your emotions on the sideline. But this is not a time to fuck around with your money. This is a great time to consider stashing away some money to invest. And whether you start deploying that money today or give it time to see what happens in the future and dollar cost average weekly, monthly, that's up to you and where you stand on things. But we're about to see this be, in the near distant future, a year from now, looking back, a great opportunity, especially when we're heading into a time where job security is going to be crucial. And, you know, that's something we need to pay attention to, you know. So, again, something we've talked about recently is we saw Bitcoin hit its 1-year high 1 year ago on November 10th. At $69,000 and didn't go a penny over. So, very important. This chart says 68,997, but any other chart would show you 69 and it didn't go a penny over, and it happened on November 10th, 2011. So, on the 1-year anniversary of it hitting 69,000, we see, you know, a coincidence of us hitting the low around November 9th and November 10th. Again, this 11/9 date being the mirror of something we've shared with you, a very powerful event that we saw in our realm, September 11th, 9/11, internationally written 11/9. We saw the towers come down. In my last video, I literally saw, could we see these markets come down? And we did. So, You know, this does not mean though that it's over. You know, it could still drain off even more. Maybe Bitcoin's hit its low, but some of these altcoins like Ethereum, XRP, Hedera Hashgraph, XTC, XLM, you know, they could still fall even more. And there's a lot of even worse. These are good cryptos I've just talked about, but there's a lot of shit coins like Shiba Inu and Cumrocket and Doge and just non-utility coins that could still possibly go to zero and need to just get wiped away, some of them. And we know the market moves in stages. So we had an all-time high, then the altcoins hit an all-time high. Bitcoin just had a sell-off. Now the altcoins are going to continue to just probably peel over throughout the rest of the year, giving us a bottom possibly around January. So if there's any isolated incident that's opposite of what I'm saying versus a sell-off in these markets, it would be around these ISO 20022 compliant coins, like XRP and Hedera Hashgraph, XDC, XLM, Algorand. Those are isolated. They haven't made a price discovery and hit a new all-time high since, you know, their last. They're still, you know, pretty isolated and suppressed. So if we were to see some cryptos do something in a euphoric rally around this ISO 20022 compliancy nonsense that everybody wants to give credit to, you know, it could be a euphoric rally to the upside before again peeling over, you know, a fake out, shake out moment. You know, so we'll keep that in mind as well, because it's November and there's a lot of that talk coming up about the 20022 going live this year in November. So we'll pay attention to that. But something like Solana that's already went into a absolute bull market and have a blow off top and then recover all the way back down into some of our price ranges that we've prepared you for to accumulate at. Like, I hope you're taking advantage of this, because when crypto recovers, it's quick. We might not hit this $9, and if you didn't hit this 15, this 19, this $22 accumulation range for Solana, you still got time. It may not recover in a day or two. It may take days, weeks, you know, but we could then see at any time 3 to 30 days straight of a 300 to 600% recovery from all-time low, if this is it, all the way up to the next automatic rally peak throughout May, June, July, August of next year for some of these cryptos. So again, hopefully you were taking advantage of Solana, something we were able to prepare you to de-risk last year when we knew we were blowing past the 4.236, the 0.5, the 0.6 fiat. Like, we were de-risking these $240 price ranges. Really the highest we got out was around $223. The 223 tying us into our favorite pals, Skull and Bones. So not surprising. So remember, de-risk, accumulate, buy the lows, sell the highs, learn technical analysis, build a thesis, a craft and skill around your mindset and your investment portfolio so you can thrive in these markets. But let's go back to talk about some more technical analysis that we've been seeing. Obviously, this sell-off bringing us down to 15,000, roughly, you know, on some charts, 15,400, I believe, 15.7. I don't know. We had a $15,555.55 accumulation hit. This chart didn't have that. This is the Bitcoin trading view chart, the index chart, but on BitTrue we were able to accumulate at that target range. So BitTrue is the exchange I use for accumulation and de-risking and trading, so very important. But let's go ahead and get straight into talking about this analysis and what's going on in the markets. But again, I'm grateful for every one of you in this community that's been watching this play out, and I know there's a lot of fear and excitement for some who's been ready for this, but stay calm. Don't get caught up in any dramatic nonsense on Twitter or on social media. Stay focused on your investment thesis and your mindset. This is a time where they're going to use the FTX and all the stories in their playbook to get you to think the reason is this or the reason is that these markets are tanking. And no, we've been able to show you 400 years of data of why. The only thing that matters, though, is how are you going to respond to this move? Are you going to react in fear and emotion, or are you going to respond and accumulate and attack? And now we're here, and I've been preparing you every step of the way. And because we're actually getting the actual spring and Wyckoff accumulation structure that we've been talking about, it's important for you to stay focused, and this can still go lower. So I just wanted to get this out to you and prepare you with this, talk about what we're seeing. And I'm again so thankful for all of you that's shared your thoughts and your appreciation for being able to accumulate this. Some of you making 3, 6, up to 10K and being able to short the markets around the last few days. And it's been beautiful to watch the engagement with me from some of you pioneers. So thank you and congratulations. Take advantage of those profits and build your future. So I've got a fib pulled from, and we'll zoom out and get to where we can see this very good. I got a fib pulled from our 2018 all-time high to all-time low bear market before our C19, where we almost retested that low range. I've got a fib pulled from all the way back here to there, and then we saw we got rejected in between the 3618 and the 4.236. Not uncommon, you guys. Very red hot zone before getting a 69K sell-off all the way back down to what is now this big cluster range of this ABC pattern previously in our last bull market. And we've, fell back down through the 888, which was holding as support, into the top of the 786, the golden pocket. The middle would be in the 702, that being a very crucial range that we could see Bitcoin fall to. And I've got a limit order set at $14,999.99 in case we do see a $14,000 Bitcoin in the 14-year anniversary of Bitcoin. So whether it goes lower than that and we don't hit the bottom, whatever, we're still accumulating the dips if we were to get them. So very important. So, to come in below 17,000, 16, 15,000 on a lot of different exchanges, not surprising. We've talked about this, but we're breaking structure, setting lower highs and lower lows, and we're seeing this happen all across the board with Ethereum, XRP, some other cryptos as well. But Bitcoin's breaking local supports of 2020 November Thanksgiving V-market recovery. We saw that, we're heading into November Thanksgiving. What could happen? Could this be a retest and a recovery out? Who knows? But we're seeing an approach of this golden pocket, and that's a possibility for a bounce area and a hold of support, possibly. So let's get this on fib-based log scale. And see if that changes much. Let's change our fib to fib base. Sorry, I want to get this fib, now that we're on log scale, logarithmic scale, I want to get this fib on fib base log scale and see if there's much of a difference. Yeah, we're still holding that 888, so we haven't even fell into the golden pocket yet. If we were to put the logarithmic growth, not the logarithmic growth chart, but the logarithmic chart on with the fib-based fib pool, we see that we only got up to the 1618 from our previous high to low. So that's very important. that changes things a little bit. We still got more room to go down to that 11,300, that 11,500 range, possibly 114 range to the golden pocket ratio. So very important. We could fall again. Bitcoin equals 117. We've talked about that. We could fall to that 117 range, right above the golden pocket. Who knows? That 119 range, previous clustered tops over here. So again, we just exited out of 11.9 when we were getting this major sell-off and low in the market. The mirror of 9/11. So very important and powerful that we just bring up these esoteric numerologic connections. And again, this was a date we shared with you in our last video to prepare for this. So very important. So we can anticipate somewhere around that $11,000 to $13,000, $12,500, and that can happen with a wick that's bought up and turns into a green candle, like back here in C19. Boom, on the daily time frame, we wicked down but recovered up above the 236 and closed green. So we've been talking about this stage for months to anticipate this. So, but we can see a recovery into April, May, June, July, around this next lunar and solar eclipse time period, with a recovery up out of here. So don't forget that. And if Bitcoin was to break down even lower, it could get very violent for some of these altcoins. And we can't forget that. I mean, it can really drain some of these other cryptos like Solana, Ethereum, XRP, Hedera Hashgraph. Boom. But you can't keep holding on to these cryptos when they get in these euphoric moments when everybody's screaming, going to the moon. You want to be good at taking action, and that's what I'm trying to help people with as being an investor. You want to take action, and you don't want to wait for Solana to, get all the way up here and start buying. You want to take action when you can take action. And I know that's a lot of energy right now, and it's a lot of gut checking, and some of you might feel like I'm calling you out, but I'm not. But I've had my work in the past prepare you for these accumulation ranges, and we've hit 3 out of 4. So hopefully you understand why I put so much emphasis in my work for you for free, and around these eclipses, around these exoteric signs, around the numbers. And hopefully a real pioneer is someone who's done the work, they're doing it themselves, they're copying these charts and getting rid of their emotions, and they're starting to feel again. And there's a big difference between living and existing, and that's what I've been trying to train anyone that follows my work now that we're here, who's been prepared. You're in prosperous and having a real good time because you've been anticipating this for a while now, and the future is going to be bright for you. So Ethereum right now is kind of doing the same exact thing that we've been expecting it to do, was fall back down to around close to that $1,000 range, that 1073. Wow, Vitalik Buterin, the creator and co-founder of Ethereum, when you type his name out, equals 173. So that's not surprising. It's to an algorithmic code. We've shared this in videos before, but we were not able to accumulate at that range. We kind of forgot about it. We've got a $1,000 and a $1,000 even limit order set. We may hit that, but we were able to accumulate again at this 1,250, and that's where we're hovering and holding support above right now. So, if Bitcoin was to go to 13,000, 11,000, Ethereum could fall to $300. Like, this is a very spicy moment. I don't want you to get caught up, because you think the bottom's already in. Study how to dollar cost average effectively. I share all this with you over time. Go back, watch the work. It's been exposed. We're still in this descending, broadening wedge, and we're getting rejections. So remember how to take actions and be conservative. Don't just jump all into this market because you think we're the bottom's in. Okay, let's do this together and just build a hive mind community of aware, conscious-like individuals that can help change the world one day, because we took action during these moments where the uncommon 1% are the only ones building wealth and future for their legacies and lineages that they're going to leave behind one day. So let's talk about a few of our charts that we know we've recently discussed. This was a liquidity range chart where we knew where our liquidity ranges were. We failed to get back up to this. It's roughly 22,300. We know that 22,200 in the 222 year, or the $22,030, or the 2203, the 22,300. That 223 tying us in the skull and bones. It's a very important range. It's something we failed to get back above. Just getting rejections, falling below the 223, the 322 exponential moving average, all the way down to our golden ratio of phi, mathematically irrefutable truth ratio number. The Greeks knew this. I take this back ancient centuries worth in my work. I put it in here, but we were able to accumulate right here. So could we fall to this 13? We just came out of the 13-year anniversary of Bitcoin, or this 14K range, because we're in the 14-year anniversary of Bitcoin. Who knows? This is our lower liquidity range. It's possible. So we also had this other chart where we were talking about this for months. Irrefutable, undeniable. You can go back in the work and look at it and see it for yourself. So pay attention to math, pi, periodic table of elements, all these very important things. When we look at the dates, again, last year Bitcoin hit a 69K top on the 314th day of the year, pi. And now we're at a low 1 year later, 52 weeks later. Not surprising, on the 314th day left in the year, on the 314th day of the year. So we know this day adds up to 43 yesterday, being the 14th prime number. Bitcoin's in the 14-year anniversary. And it's all tying us into the god Osiris, the ancient Egyptian god of, dead, resurrection, life, fertility, and agriculture, the afterlife, etc. He ruled for 28 years in 2800 BC before Christ. This 14-year anniversary of Bitcoin is highly tied to this god Osiris, who was chopped up into 14 pieces. We're under true 13 lunar month patterns with 14 days in between the full moon and the new moon, when you really do your due diligence and research. So this 14 is going to be very powerful all year long, tying us into the 14th element, silicon. We get all of our technology from Silicon Valley. Cryptocurrency is highly brought out of Silicon Valley, especially Ripple XRP, that everybody loses their mindset on, and the occult XRP army, but also giving us that 28. Osiris ruled for 28 years in 2800 BC. So we know Bitcoin just fell recently, down how much percent from our last video, from the 215 range, 28%. Irrefutable, undeniable, mathematically pre-programmed to an algorithmic code. Then getting rejection from the 181 range. We know Satoshi Nakamoto, the creator of Bitcoin, gives us 181. That's the 42nd prime number, tying us into Saturn, Chronos, Father Time. So again, all this we've shared with you in the past. So losing our previous support range from this huge bull trap and a resistance, we now need to determine where the next support range is going to come in and be, where the bottom is going to come in. And when we did our first bottom episode video back here months ago in May and June, we told y'all a bottom could be more than a day, month, week, up to a year long process. So hopefully you've been able to follow along the channel and learn how to trade during these boring time periods when everybody else is fudded out and they don't want to take advantage of money and life-changing wealth opportunities. So very important. My work is, like I've always said, here to help you and designed to help you become the manifestation expert and scholar that you've always been meant to be. And I give my work out to you all for free. Spreading my work is just help me become the best version of myself. And, I want to continue to always simply be just that. And I know I can enlighten others and illuminate others to do the same thing as well. 1 second. I need to read this text message. But yeah, that's what my work's always been about. And, hopefully I'm enlightening others to do the same thing. Speak their truth, spread their word. Boom. Let's see. Let's look at XRP real quick. Talk about it. Again, a range we prepared you all for. A great accumulation range was this 32 cents and 32.2, just 32 cents period. So, you could have set a limit order at 33 cents and you could have bought XRP and not even had to be there watching the charts. You could have been working or sleeping and just woke up to knowing that you were able to buy the dip. Maybe not the bottom, but we had ours set at 32.273 and we accumulated. So very important. We just got to remember it's all pre-programmed to an algorithmic code by these ancient elites. The apex predator, the fraternity of brothers, multiple groups that help design our realm and reality that we live in. But we're co-creators built in the image of the creator, and we can manifest our own destiny and become our own president. And so it's time for us to take action. So being able to accumulate again after de-risking at 47 cents, when we reaccumulated again at 42 cents. I know it's just a 5 cent difference, but hey, every little bit matters, And now we're accumulating again, still waiting to possibly be able to get this 22 to 27 cent XRP. So that would be great, That would be a lovely opportunity. So, what I see as the biggest value is my work in spreading my truth, and it's growing this global pioneer community, getting people who know they're pioneers to have this sense of strive of changing the world, who are driven off of unlocking their infinite potential, speaking their own truth, living their purpose, being their higher self, not contracting to my beliefs or someone else's beliefs and groupthink or ideology, do something super unique. And that's what I think I'm doing here. And there's a lot of people in the world who I believe they're on the cusp of breakthrough, and that's what we're doing here at the Daily Candle Close News. And I want you to be a part of that. And, the reason why I'm focused on this energy right now is because of these market conditions and these financial opportunities at this time, and it's life-changing. I'm looking at this in a very multifaceted way, and I want you to be at the top with us when we all get there. And that's what has enlightened me to start the new work that I've been doing that's non-crypto based and non-numerology based, but really focused on helping you become the manifestation expert and scholar, because I see so many people getting lost in this crypto space, and they're bulls and bears. Don't be a bull, don't be a bear, be a pioneer. And be you, live your own life, and don't let somebody else dictate your life. You'd be surprised with how I move, how I keep it moving, and I live my life. You got to remember, I am very different, and you'll never meet another person like me. and especially when it comes to these markets, and why I've been able to make these foolish predictions and calls in advance, is because I've been studying these markets 14, 15, 16 hours a day. I put in the hard work. I spent years straight, no friends, no communication with people, just my son and me, and learning these charts, and diving deep into history and the past, and seeing these patterns and decoding this world and seeing the cyclical nature of everything. And I've set up my life accordingly to the opportunity that I know I can make myself when it arises, because I'm not reacting, I'm responding to the opportunity. Know this, I don't just sit around and talk on this microphone. I live that life. I'm about that life. Everything I'll be talking about, I'm about that life. I'm seriously prepared for any and everything. And I sacrifice so much to get where I'm at today. And little and small sacrifices for bigger and better things to make things go the way they are for me right now today. But I'm not here to prove shit. I'm just here to live that life. Live my life. Be me. You be you. And if you want to ask for the advice and the wisdom, I'll share it. But it's not going to be cute and cozy and cuddly and easy to, digest. You're going to need an aperture, a real appetite, and a, sophisticated palate to take in this 2-star Michelin gourmet meal that I be delivering. The spicy red pills, smack in the face truth, gut checking, tough love. And then when I share that with people and they want to know the process of how to accomplish it, and I tell them, they get confused. And when you want to achieve greatness in this realm, this world, you have to be great first. And that requires you to not be normal, to know thyself, break away from the collective, the cult. Change your mindset. And the way you spend and invest your mindset, your currency, your energy, your merkaba, your prana. What changed my life was looking at how I invested my thoughts, my currency, the greatest value, my mind. I no longer pay attention, I invest my attention. Okay, and I want you all to learn to do the same thing. Don't invest in liabilities, buy liabilities, etc. So while we're witnessing all this chaos in the market, again, please just let this market chill out. Anyone who is trying to spread the idea that they know for 100% certainty that this is it, the bottom is in, is just toxic energy and a parasite, and stay far the fuck away from them. That energy will not thrive and is not allowed in this community. That way of thinking is what makes people fall victim to emotional moves in these markets. I will repeat myself. Please, just let this market relax. Let this market cool off and build a thesis. Develop a mindset and a skill and a craft to get you to your outcome, and live it and do it and practice it, speak it daily. Don't make emotional moves. Only make moves that align with your investment thesis and your plan and your moral intuition basis. What feels right to you, trade your plan. Live your life. Pioneers don't care about the bottom, the top, bull market, bear market. It's wasted prana, merkaba, energy, and life force. Don't let anybody else siphon your gas. Your gas should be $1 trillion a fucking gallon. Nobody should be able to afford your gas, your prana, your energy, your merkaba. Get back to being a responder to this market and not a reactor. And again, I appreciate all of you pioneers keeping the vibe high, and congratulations to all of you making money in this market, being able to short around 11.8, 11.9, 11.10, like my last video prepared you all for. So, we're probably going to end this video here, you guys. We've talked about a lot, and it was really just a come out, hang out session, talking about why we see this sell off hitting a low around 11.9, the mirror of 9/11. We know Luna hit its all-time high that we prepared you all to get out of back in, we'll go to the daily chart so we can see this a lot better. But Luna, we prepared you to get out when it was hitting its all-time high of $119. I guess I don't have that chart pulled up, I thought I had it ready for you guys. But again, Luna hit around the last lunar eclipse. We just had a lunar eclipse and the market sold off again. Luna hit 119, $119, and then sold off 100%. Around the last lunar eclipse. I was just trying to bring up that symbolic connection. So with all that being said, pioneers, just rise and build your legacy, build your fortress, and remember what today is. 11/11, one of the greatest manifestation days there is, and use this day to become enlightened and illuminated and powerful. This day opens a powerful energetic portal that helps you align your energy with the source of creation, the cosmos, God, the universe, whatever you believe in. And therefore, that strengthens the power of manifestation within your own reality. Become aware of what you could be, which is the greatest expert and scholar, manifestation, alchemist, and architect ever. You know, allow this greatest possible opportunity of your life to allow you to achieve the good for you, the best for you. And get rid of toxic people around you. Anything that's a distraction, that's not helping you evolve, get it out of your life. And bring your vision into your mind's eyes and live it daily. Feel the energy of this manifestation and daily, what today is, this 11-day numerology, 11/11, this manifestation portal. Become the architect and creator with this. And remember, when you trust the universe, it has your back, and nothing can stop the miracles that you'll one day create. So sending you all much love and high vibrations. Take care, and God bless. We'll see you all again in the near distant future. Was there anything I was forgetting? Oh yeah, Crypto Black Swan event happening around 11:10, giving us the 111. We saw that yesterday. Not surprising. I'm gonna bring that up. And this might offend some people, but Veterans Day, giving us this 163 being the 38th prime number. We know that this is very important. We know soldiers. Veterans Day is all about soldiers, and soldiers gives us that 38, but its true word and derived from its true origin language is soldiers stands for soul dyer, and when you type out soul dyer, you get that same 38 that matches minion, because that's what the police and the military are minions for the Kabbalah, giving us that same 38, the Kabbalistic elite, the Zionist cult, the whoever you believe in, whatever you call them. And soldiers are meant to fight each other in war to the death, tying us into murder, giving us that same 38, and tying us into the light bearer, Lucifer. And again, a lot of you are going to freak out when I say that name, but Lucifer is Latin for bringer of light. In the very beginning of the Bible, it says, let there be light. So it can't be bad. Okay, Satan is a Hebrew term for adversary, and to believe otherwise is to believe in a lie. Okay, so just bringing you enlightenment as to what this day is. It's dedicated to our fallen soldiers, our soul dyers that have fought the battle of someone else's war. So remember, fight your own battle, fight your own war, and fight corruption and unmoral justice in our own country instead of going outside and fighting someone else's war. But again, thank you, veterans, for your service and all those who have fallen in the past. Love you all. Take care, and God bless. Have a blessed day. Pioneers rise. Build your fortress and build your legacy.